be a full moon, and I feel like full moons, usually everybody's energy is kind of crazy and interesting, but I was reading a little bit about this full moon, and I'm going to just tell you a little bit about it. Even if you're not into astrology, I personally am, but you don't have to be. But this new moon is a really good time for us to recognize areas of our lives where we may be struggling with imbalance. It's also a really good time to think about one of those things that you've been struggling with that you want to release. And we're going to think about that today. Like, what's one thing in your life you've kind of been struggling to let go of, and really work on letting that go today. It's also a really good time to set new intentions, to do a breathing exercise, which we're going to do. And this new moon is really linked to spirituality and wisdom. And I think that has to do with it being in Libra. I don't know too much about that, but I like that it's a really good time to turn inward, to think about something you really want to release and let go of. To me, that's a really great way to start off our practice. So with that, we're going to think about creating new energy with our flow today. And we're going to start by doing a really energizing breathing exercise. So this is my first time teaching it, so breathing and teaching it might be a little bit odd, but I'm going to talk you guys through it. So come to a comfortable seat. Cross-legged is probably the best here, and I'm going to stay close to you for at least this part of the breathing exercise. Once you're ready, let your eyes slowly come to a close, and if you need to peek at me, you always can. And then bring your middle and your pointer finger of your right hand to that space between your third eye, right between your eyebrows. Good. And so for this, we're going to use our thumb and our ring finger, okay? And we're going to be blocking off our nostrils. So I'll tell you how to do this. Bring your eyes to a gentle close. Let your left hand fall to your left thigh. And block off your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through your left nostril. Lock it off. Exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Lock it off. Open your left nostril. Send your exhale there. Inhale through your left nostril. Lock it off. Open your right. Exhale. Inhale through your right nostril. Block it off. Open your left. Exhale. Inhale through your left. Block it off. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Block it. Open your left. Exhale. Inhale through your left. Block it off. Open your right. Exhale. Inhale through your right. Block it off. Exhale through your left. Slowly release your hands to your lap. Keep your eyes closed. And take this moment with this fresh, oxygenated air and blood in your system to think about something you want to release today, something you've been holding on to. And make it your intention to let go of it with our flow. When you're ready, slowly blink open your eyes. Keep your comfy seat and start to take some gentle neck rolls, ear to shoulder. Just starting to warm up our spine. I find this always feels good. And this is something you could do in the middle of your day when things are a bit rocky and you just need a little break. And I invite you to try that breath again. I know the first time I did it, I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever done. Plugging my nostril and just felt weird. But then I did it this morning and peacefully on my couch by myself. with a little coffee, and it felt so good. And so I know we didn't spend a ton of time on it today, but I invite you to try it again and again. It's a really calming, energizing breath. All right, let's take ear to ear, make those half circles, like you're painting with your forehead on the floor, looking for tight spots. Good. If you'd like to, you can stay right here, or if you'd like, you can take 360-degree circles. Being okay with crinkling and crackling. If you haven't switched directions yet, switch directions. And then bring your head back neutral. Drop your hands behind you. Tent your fingers and lift through your sternum. Send your gaze towards the sky. Just a gentle heart opener here. Good. And slowly release. If you have a blanket or a block next to you, slowly put it aside. Just make it we're sitting on. All right, make your way to a nice tabletop position. Stack your shoulders, elbows, and wrists in one line. Hips right underneath your knees, and start to just wag your tail, sending your hips right to left. Really finding the grounding action through your hands, but lifting through your mid-back so you're not collapsing into your shoulders. Good. And then come to stillness and send your right toes all the way back. And just take a couple of gentle rocks forward and back to open up your calf on the right side. All the while hugging your belly in. Not moving too quickly. And then release and bring your right knee to meet your left and send your left leg back. Good. Ball mound of your left foot's on the floor. Take those nice rocks forward and back to stretch your calf. Good. And then slowly release your left foot to the earth. And from here, turn up onto your toes. Take downward facing dog. Lift your hips to the sky. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press through the inner corners of your hands. Melt your heart to your thighs. And since this is our first down dog, take some time to walk out your feet, bending one knee as you straighten the other leg. And then switching, bending the other knee, straightening your other leg, maybe inviting your heel a little bit closer towards the floor, all the while pressing into the inner corners of your hands and melting your heart towards your thighs. Good. Come to stillness for a breath or two in your down dog. With each inhale, drawing your hips and your booty higher towards the sky. With each exhale, melting your heels towards the earth. Good. And then inhale, look between your hands. Take a giant step forward with each one of your feet. Will meet at the top of your mat. Bring your feet hip width apart. That's 2 fists between your feet. And when you're ready, grab opposite elbow. Put a gentle bend in your knees. And then let your chest and your head hang, releasing your cervical spine, drawing the top of your head towards the floor. And here, call back what you want to release and picture it falling out of the top of your head. Letting it go. If it would feel good to gently sway from left to right, you can absolutely do that. And make sure you're not locking out your knees. I have a micro bend in my knees. Your bend might be a little bit bigger, doesn't matter. All the while pulling your belly in and up. Good. And then slowly release your hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms high, come all the way up to stand. Press your palms together, bring your toes to touch. Good. Inhale, point your fingers towards the sky. Exhale, slowly tip to the right, reaching your pointer fingers to the right wall, away from you, pressing through your left hip. Keeping your left bicep in line with your left ear. Gaze is forward. One more breath. Inhale, back to the top, grow a little bit taller. As you exhale, tip to the left, pressing through your right hip, reaching your left fingers in the opposite direction. Gaze is forward, right ear in line with your right bicep. Good, hug your belly in. Good, and then come back to the top. Reset, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, press both hips forward. Take a gentle back bend here, sending your fingers towards the sky or the wall behind you. Most importantly, pressing through your hips. Find space. And then exhale, slowly swan dive all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. High plank, lower. Halfway, if you're keeping your knees up, or drop your knees and lower all the way. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Press back, downward facing dog. Good, hug your belly in. You can walk out your dog again if you'd like to. Just taking the time. Good. And then from here, inhale, look forward between your hands, giant step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way high. Exhale, fold forward, bow to the earth, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Keeping your high plank, or drop your knees, lower half or all the way. Upward facing dog, open your heart, or baby cobra. Press back, downward facing dog. Good, feeling the backs of your legs open up, press into the inner corners of your hands, kind of like where your hand makes an L, a backwards or a correct L. That spot right where the corner meets, press into that spot. And then inhale, look forward, step or gently hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way high. Exhale, bring your hands through prayer at heart center. Let your hands fall open, palms facing the front of the room. Stand tall, draw your shoulder blades together on your back. Grow tall through the crown of your head. Bring your toes to touch. And inhale, sit down in your chair pose. Sweep your arms high, reaching your fingertips towards the sky. Sink into your heels. Scoop your belly under, right? Like hollow out your belly is the better way of saying it. Maybe lift your toes off the earth. Maybe sitting down 1 millimeter more. And then swan dive forward, release. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Same option, lower from your high plank or drop your knees. So lowering half or all the way to your belly. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Finding some solace in the repetition, not getting frustrated, not being frustrated with your body. Take a moment to pedal out your feet, really working into the backs of your legs today. Good. And then from here, find stillness and inhale your right leg to the sky. When you're ready, step it forward between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Hug your belly in, lift through your heart. Take a gentle back bend. Check in with your right knee. Make sure it's coming directly over your ankle. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your right foot. Step back to a high plank. Good. Lower from here, or drop your knees, lower all the way to your belly. Up dog or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Making your way slowly. You might feel your breath quicken a little bit. Check back in with your inhales and exhales through your nose. Slow down your head. Inhale your left leg to the sky. And step it forward between your hands. Spin your back foot down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Ribs are square to the front of the room. Arms to the sky. Good. Check in with your left knee. Make sure it's over your left ankle. Take a gentle back bend here, feeling your right hip open as you lean back. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. One more breath. Exhale, frame your foot with your hands. High plank. Good. Here, gently lower onto your forearms. We'll just stay here for a moment. Hug your belly in. We'll be here for 10 seconds. Press your hands into the floor. Pull your belly in and up without lifting your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down to your belly. Stretch your arms out in front of you with tented fingers. I'm gonna kind of scooch back on my mat. Good, so arms are like a couple inches, your hands are a couple inches in front of your shoulders. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, press into your tented fingers. Find a nice cobra pose here. Toes facing away from you, tops of your feet on the floor. Hug your belly in. Slowly release. We'll do that 2 more times. If you want to place your fingers flat and your forehead on the floor, you can do that in your little pause. Good. And then just gently lift your head, set your hands up again, tented fingers a few inches in front of your shoulders, spreading your fingers nice and wide and pressing your fingertips into the floor. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades together on your back. Exhale, press and lift. Hug your belly in. Make space through your heart. This will help release your low back, creating length throughout your spine. Slowly release. We have 1 more of those. Release your tented fingers, flat hands to the floor, forehead to the earth. Take a breath. Settle down. Good. And then 1 more time. Tense your fingers. Draw your shoulders together on your back. Inhale. Exhale. Press into your fingers. Lift your heart. Good. Letting your legs be on the earth, supporting you. Lifting through your chest. Maybe walking your gaze up the wall. Hug your belly in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Beautiful. Hands to the mat, forehead to the floor. Just gently rock your hips from side to side. Good. And when you're ready, press back into a closed knee child's pose. So knees and legs are together as much as you can have them together. If you feel like you need more room, you're always welcome to spread your knees mat width apart. But knees together if possible to stretch out your back, stretch your arms forward, forehead to the floor. Good. And when you're ready, slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Spread your fingers nice and wide first. Turn up onto your toes second. Lift your hips to the sky third. Good. Spread your feet back hip width apart. Tucking your heels right behind your toes so you can actually barely see your heels. And then from here, inhale your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and gently open your hip. Press both hands into the floor so your shoulders stay square. And then with control, pull your belly in. Step your right foot between your hands. Drop onto your left knee. Bring your hands to the sky, low lunge. Reach your fingertips to the sky, pressing through the bottom of your right foot and your left knee. If you'd like a little bit more at a back bend here, bring your arms to cactus arms and lift through your chest, lifting your sternum to the sky. Soften through your forehead. If you're clenching your jaw, release it. And then slowly bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Twist to the right, hooking your left elbow outside of your thigh. Good. Pressing your palms into each other, or if you'd like to, you can press your top knuckle into your bottom palm and clasp your fist. That will help you find a little bit of a deeper twist. It might take some pressure off your wrists too. Send your gaze to the sky. Feel this through your left inner hip. Good. Slowly release everything from your foot with your hands. Go onto the ball mound of your back foot. High plank. Stay here to lower or drop your knees. Lower half or all the way. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. When you're ready, inhale your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip, really letting it fall open. But press back into your left hand to square your shoulders and drop your right heel towards the floor. Good. Hug your belly in with control. Step your left leg all the way forward between your hands. Drop your back knee down, toes face away from you. Inhale your arms to the sky. Beautiful. Sink into your right hip here. Stacking your left knee over your left ankle. If you'd like a little bit more, bring your arms to cactus arms, lifting your sternum to the sky. Making space through your heart for whatever new energy and new goodness this new moon will bring you. Good, really sinking into that right hip. And then slowly hug your belly and square your ribs, hands to prayer. Twist to your left, hooking your right elbow outside of your thigh. Keep your right knee on the earth. Press your palms together, or if you'd like to make a fist with your left palm and wrap your right hand around it, that'll give you a little bit of a deeper twist. Good. One more breath. Slowly release both hands to your foot, to the outer edge, frame your foot. Step back to a high plank. From here, lower half or all the way. Whatever you choose, bring your elbows in towards your ribs. Hug them in, beautiful. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Press back. Downward facing dog. You have 3 breaths here. Stay in your down dog, or if you want to take child's pose for a breath, you absolutely can. We have one more short sequence standing, and then we'll be making our way to the floor. So always the option here, if you want to take a breath in child's, or stay in your down dog. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. If you're in child's, meet us back in down dog. And then inhale your right leg to the sky. Step it forward between your hands. Stay on the ball mound of your back foot. When you're ready, inhale your arms just right by your sides first. Feel this. Make sure your feet are on a railroad track, not on a tightrope. So we don't want to be heel to toe. I want your hips to have space. So find this stability first, and when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Press through the heel of your back leg, sinking into your right knee. Right leg 90 degrees-ish. This is our deepest back bend so far. If you'd like, bring your hands to cactus arms again, taking a deep lift, a deep opening here as you ground into your feet. Crescent lunge. And then slowly bring your ribs back square, hands to prayer. We're gonna twist one more time to the right, hooking your left elbow outside of your thigh. And if at any time you're like, okay girl, it's too much, drop your knee. There's no shame, okay? It's absolutely fine. Press your hands into each other. Again, if you'd like to make a fist with your top hand and wrap your left hand around it, deepening that twist. Maybe sending your gaze towards the sky. Stay with it for one more breath. You've got this. And then slowly release both hands to the earth. High plank. Good. From here, lowering halfway or drop your knees to lower. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Only one more side to do. Pedal out your feet for a breath. Just reset. If your mind is talking too much, find your breath. Settle in. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step it forward between your hands. Staying on the ball mat of your back foot. Rise up, leaving your arms by your sides first. Settling in, checking in with your feet. Railroad track, so that hip width apart, if not a little bit wider. Good. Gaze forward, shoulder blades together. When you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. With each exhale, drawing your shoulder blades together on your back. Maybe bringing your arms to cactus arms, lifting through your heart, taking your deepest back bend yet. Find stability through your feet, send your right heel to the back of the room. And then bring your ribs back square, hands to prayer heart center, twist to your left. Hooking your right elbow outside of your thigh. If you'd like to make a fist with your top hand and wrap your right hand around the fist, that'll help you deepen your twist. Always the option to drop your right knee if your legs are really talking to you, which I imagine they might be. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, slowly release, frame your foot with your hands. Step back to a high plank. Hug your belly in, hold here for 10 seconds. Lift in that space between your shoulder blades. So not sinking into your shoulder sockets. Find strong arms here. You can hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Wide knees, toes to touch. Spread your fingers forward, drop your forehead to the floor. It feels good to gently sway your hips from side to side. You might do that. Good. From your child's pose, slowly start to walk your hands towards your knees. And come to stand on your knees. Bring your feet hip width apart. Again, check in, 2 fists between your knees would be a perfect hip width apart. Good. So find that. And then bring your hands, tuck my shirt away, bring your hands right to your low back, kind of like you're wearing high-waisted jeans and you're putting your hands in your pockets. Good. Press your hands into that space in your low back. Draw your elbows together. Grow tall through the crown of your head. Lift through your heart. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, press your hips forward and gently drop your head back. I'm not crunching through my spine, my cervical spine. It's a gentle release here. pressing my hips forward, lifting through my heart. Find that action. We'll do 2 more of these, so don't rush to go deeper. And then slowly release, hug your belly in, sit your booty back on your heels. This is camel. Come back up, keeping your hands on your low back. Good. Set yourself up again. Ground your knees and the tops of your feet into the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Elbows draw together. Press your hips forward. Lift through your heart. Maybe you bring one hand to your heel and lift the other one away from you. Maybe you bring both hands to your heels, lifting through your heart, pressing your hips forward. I know your breath is constricted here, but still keep your breath. And then bring one hand at a time to your low back if you brought any to your heels, and then sit back down. We'll do 1 more. So now you know the options. Come back up. We'll do 1 more camel. Find your edge, which means find your deepest, most beautiful expression of this pose, but don't push yourself. If you're like, this pose is really hard for me, and this is what feels great, stay here. If you want to play with one hand on your heel, you can do that too. All right, inhale, grow tall through your crown, bring your elbows together, lift through your heart. Exhale, press your hips forward, go back. Reaching one hand maybe to your heel, lifting the opposite arm to the back of the room, maybe switching sides, or bringing both hands to your heels. Whatever you're doing, drop your head back, press through your hips, lift through your heart. For 5, go a little bit deeper. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to your low back, release. Into a hero's pose. Bring your knees together, sitting right back on your heels as long as this feels okay. If it feels like too much, you could always put a blanket under your heels to give you some support. Good. Let your hands fall to your thighs, close your eyes. Notice your breath. Notice your energy. Notice if you're feeling warm or if your breath is a little bit unsteady. Focus on inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Calming down your fight or flight mechanism, which tells us to run when it's hard. Good. If your eyes are closed, gently blink them open. Good. Let's make our way to a gentle tabletop position. We'll take a couple of rounds of cat and cow. Stack shoulders, elbows, wrists, spread your fingers wide, knees and tops of your feet pressing into the earth. Good, shins as well. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift it across and opening through your heart. Exhale, hug your belly in, round your back, tuck your chin. Good, moving on your own pace with your inhales, making your way to cow. Exhale, like an angry cat, round your back. Focus on moving all the way from your tailbone to the top of your head. Make that your focus with these cats and cows. And if it feels good to pause in a certain spot, pause there. Stay for an extra breath. Couple more rounds. Good. And then we'll meet back in a neutral spine. Good. From here, stretch your right arm forward. Send your left leg back. Hip height, toes facing down. Right fingers really active, thumb facing the sky. One long straight line. Keep your gaze down. So you have a nice long spine. Hug your belly in. Stay here, or slowly take your right hand to the inside of your left foot and gently kick your foot into your hand. Pressing into your left hand, but not sinking into your wrist, really pressing out of that wrist crease. Good, hold here, pull your belly in. For 3, 2, no slingshots, gently release. Good. You can wag your hips from side to side, maybe tent your fingers. Then we'll do the other side. Come back down, spread your fingers nice and wide. And when you're ready, send your left arm forward, right leg back, toes facing down, press through your heel. Hug your belly in, good. Stay here or slowly start to grab the inside of your right foot with your left hand and gently kick your foot into your hand, lifting your toes towards the sky. Again, pressing out of your right wrist crease. Finding lift through your shoulder. For 3, 2, no slingshots, release. Good. Come up onto tented fingers. Wag your tail, sending your hips from side to side. And again, if you find a spot that feels good, stay there. I went for a run yesterday. My right hip has been talking ever since. So feels good to sink into my right hip here. For you, it might be something different. Good. And then come back square. And when you're ready, step your right foot between your hands, keeping your fingers tented, and slowly start to scoot your left knee back. Good. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. We're going to come to lizard. Hands flat on the earth. You could also, if you have a block or even a pillow or a blanket that you're folding up, you can bring your hands there if you need a little bit more space. Or if it's available and you want a little more out of your lizard, you can come onto your forearms. Or you could bring your forearms onto your block. Start to roll onto the outer edge of your right foot if that's possible as you gently, I'm not asking you to push your knee, but I'm just going to show you. As you gently let your knee fall open. Okay, so we're not pushing or forcing, but I'm really inviting that knee to open so you can get into your hip. This is my nephew Caden's favorite pose. I don't know if he's on, I think my sister-in-law is. Really getting into both hips here, right? The outer edge of your right hip and your inner left hip. So we did a lot with hips and heart openers today. Hips hold a lot of emotion, they hold trauma, they hold a lot of just in general stiffness. So as we're thinking about the new moon and releasing old energy to bring in new energy, it's a really good time to work with our hips. And then of course our hearts, the more we can open our hearts, the more available and authentic we can be. All right, let's slowly start to release our lizard. Bring your hands to the mat if you are on your forearms and just scoot your right foot to the right and bring your knees to meet one another. Good. When you're ready, step your left foot forward between your hands and then bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Scooch that right knee back. Give yourself a time, set up. It's okay if you're not perfectly set up in lizard, okay? It might take a little bit longer to get acclimated. This is one of those poses when I first did it, I was like, oh God, this pose is brutal. Because it's a lot on your hips, I know. If you have a block and you want to bring your forearms to your block, or your hands to your block, you could also bunch up a blanket and that would give you some support. The purpose of a block is just to bring the floor closer to you. Anyways, walk your left foot to the left, come onto the outer edge of your left foot. If it's available to you, come onto your forearms. Inviting your left knee to fall open. Calming down your mind. If you feel yourself drifting, which often happens when we become still, just draw yourself back to inhales and exhales. If it doesn't distract you, you could count in for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds. And then slowly start to release your lizard if you're on your forearms. Come back up onto your hands, walk your left foot to the left, and then slowly bring your knees to meet each other. Sit back into hero's pose, hands on your thighs. Good. And when you're ready, slowly make your way all the way onto your back. Cross your ankles, sit on your butt, lay down. Give yourself a big hug, draw your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side if that feels good. Good. And then bring your shins parallel to the earth. Whole back is on the floor. When you're ready, bring your hands behind your head. Letting your thumbs come down your neck as an extra support. And then when you're ready, lift your shoulder blades off the earth. Hold here. And then twist to your right. Come back to center. Release down. Exhale, lift forehead to sky. Twist to your left, elbow to knee. Center, down. We're doing 10. Exhale, lift. Twist right. Center, down. Exhale, lift. Twist. 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 Center, down. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Twist. Center, down. Last one. Exhale, lift. Twist. Center, down. Release. Give yourself one more big hug. And then keep your right knee hugging in. Stretch your left leg out long. Draw your right knee towards your armpit. Give it a big squeeze. When you're ready, draw your right knee across your body for a supine twist. Letting your right foot land on the opposite side. Right arm to the back corner of your room. You can send your gaze towards your right hand or close your eyes. Again, if you want to put a block or a blanket under your leg to give you some more support, you can do that. Noticing where you feel tight. Send an extra exhale there. And slowly release, draw your right knee in and up to your armpit. One more big squeeze. And then send your right leg to the earth. Draw your left knee in and up to your armpit. Wrap your arms around your shin, your ankle. Big squeeze up into the left. And then draw your left leg over your belly, releasing it to the opposite side. Again, if you want to put your blanket or a block under your ankle or your knee. Holding behind your knee or on your thigh with your right hand. Left arm to the back corner of the room. Send your gaze to your left hand and eyes open or shut is perfectly fine. Find one spot where you're feeling crunchy. And send a long exhale there. And slowly draw your knee back across your belly. One more big squeeze. Left knee into your armpit. And then before we come to Shavasana, take whatever movements you need to. If you want to just give yourself one more big hug and rock, or take a happy baby, or if you want to take a bridge, bringing your feet to the earth, lifting your hips to the sky. Could support your bridge with your hands on your low back. Just take whatever movements you need to before you come to your final rest. In Shavasana, and when you're ready, stretch your legs all the way forward, let your toes fall open, let your arms splay open, take up space. Close your eyes. Start to let your body absorb the work you did today. Start to let your body absorb the new oxygenated blood, the new energy, the new life you've created in your body today, just from showing up on your mat. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if it sounds like a good idea, take a full body stretch, reach your arms overhead, reach your toes to the front of the room. And then draw your knees into your chest, grab right behind your knee. Let your feet just hang. And take a few body rocks to make your way to a comfy seat. Let it be playful, let it be light. And then when you're ready, make your way to your comfy seat. Eyes closed. Let your hands fall to your lap, how they feel best and most comfortable. Okay, today's passage is called Life is Rigged in My Favor. I shift my mindset. I imagine that the universe is winking at me and I'm winking back. I believe that this entire experience is rigged in my favor. Each moment is an opportunity for beautiful awareness. Incredible people and experiences walk with me along my path, some briefly, some repeatedly, and some for an extended period. They offer me opportunities to learn, grow, and evolve. They're all touched with stardust, and I can engage with their magic. I can smile and savor. I know that I am divinely supported. I cast aside small thinking, fear, and uncertainty. I'm willing to trust deeply. I show up from this grounded and inspired place because life is rigged in my favor. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Take a deep breath. Let any fear, uncertainty, or anxiety wash over your shoulders. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I invite you to call back what you wanted to release if it creeps up today. And take a conscious exhale and let it go. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys. I'll unmute you if you want to be unmuted.
Thank you, Ellie.
So good to have you guys today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie.
I hope you guys have a great day. I'm teaching again tonight at 6. It's another flow class, but if you want a little bit more, you're more than welcome to come back. It won't be the same class, but it will be another flow. We'll talk about.
Allie.
Hi, Cade. What's up, honey bunny? Did you do lizard with us?
Yeah, I got down from the table because we were doing our work. Then we did that. It was
Good. I'm glad that you got to practice. I like your woody jammies. Jax would really like those, Cade.
He heard lizard and he came running. Oh,
Whenever I do lizard now, I think of him. He's the best. Oh my gosh. As always, guys, if you have questions or requests or anything, let me know. And again, I'm playing around with different time slots. So if there's a time slot you want to see on the schedule for next week, again, let me know and I'll work it into the schedule.
Oh, can I do it?
All right. Hi, Age. I see you, little monkey.
Say hi, Allie. Thanks, Al.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Allie. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.